Jaime,
Yes, sir.
we're finally doing the cooking episode.
We're finally doing the cooking episode.
After
Oh
so
my gosh.
long. Dude, this episode I thought was never going to happen.
But it's here. We're
It's
here.
here.
We're
And we have
here.
Andrea.
The day has come.
It's true.
Yeah, hi.
Hey,
I'm
thanks
here.
for joining us.
It's a snowy day.
It is so snowy.
It's like more icy.
No, well, now it is,
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
dangerous.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Even yesterday's snow didn't seem all that bad until I got
No.
onto the road. It took me
Yeah.
2 hours to get home.
I know you told me that. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I texted you. It was awful.
2 hours?
I
Were you
called
going
him.
crazy?
I told him, I'm going to be at my house. I'll call you when I get there. And it was like 2 hours later. I'm like, I'm still driving. He's like, what?
I'm still
Yeah.
on the road.
It was awful.
Yeah, that sucks. Ugh. Man.
Oh, jeez. But you know what was awesome about yesterday, though, with the snow?
What
Is
was
that
awesome?
I had homemade mac and cheese at home.
Oh, dear
waiting for
gosh.
me
There you
in
go.
my fridge.
Man.
It was wonderful.
Is mac and cheese your favorite?
No, but it's a comfort food.
Oh, okay. Just wondering because that's the second time it's come up now.
Mac and cheese?
Like today. Yeah. The Mac
With
and
me?
Cheese Fest.
Oh, yeah, mac and cheese
Yeah.
fest. That's right. Wow. Maybe it is subconsciously my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know something else funny about mac and cheese?
What?
I used to have a food truck on 16th Street Mall called Gourmet Mac and Cheese with me and my roommate Josh,
Uh-huh.
and that's what we sold. Mac
Really?
And cheese. Yeah, not even
What
kidding.
was gourmet about it?
So we had a flat top grill. We used like the really awesome cavatappi noodles, which are those spiral ones.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Not the rotoni, but the
The like actual,
or rotini. What the
Tony.
rigatoni?
Did you really own
Is that
this, or
what
are you
it
making
is?
that up?
I was making it all up as I go. No, but it was the cavatappi ones, which were just like the really big spirals.
Uh-huh.
We made our own cheese sauce from scratch. It took us, I think it
Yum.
took us a day or two to perfect it.
Uh-huh.
But it had smoked Gouda in it. It had, oh man, it had so many good cheeses. But we didn't use any of like the fake stuff like the Velveeta. We didn't use any of that.
Uh-huh.
We thickened it with like actual cheeses and great
Yeah.
awesomeness, right? So we had a bunch in advance, put it in the fridge. And then when we went, we would take some out of the freezer or whatever whenever we needed it. We had a flat top though with a ton of ingredients.
Uh-huh.
So you can come up and order whatever you want. We had like beef brisket. We had like all kinds
Hot
of different
dogs.
veggies. Oh, gross. How generic you think we are? We're not that generic. That may be a comfort food, but it's not like a bad comfort food.
Yeah.
Like
I don't like hot dogs and mac and cheese.
Together?
I never
No.
did.
Uh,
I never did.
yeah.
I heard that a lot of people like that.
Yeah, that's like a thing.
I like throwing toppings in. Don't get me wrong.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What would your preferred mac and cheese be?
I mean, green chili always.
Green chili mac and cheese is so freaking delicious.
So good.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Are you talking like green chili strips or like green chili?
Not strips. I mean, like sliced up. Yeah. Just chopped.
Okay, so like green chilies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean green chili strips?
Oh yeah, like
Oh, yeah, yeah,
chopped
yeah.
up, yeah.
Mhm.
Just I don't know
Yeah.
why I said it that way. I just did.
Mhm.
'Cause I'm dumb.
That's good. That's some good stuff right there.
It is good, and I liked a little bit of spice to it. We used to, I used to add sriracha sometimes to it too to give it a little bit of
Ooh,
spice.
I've never had that before. Not a huge sriracha fan, honestly.
Really? But you like chilies?
Yeah.
Do you like hot chilies?
Yeah.
Like, what is your like heat tolerance?
I don't know. Isn't everyone's like different?
Everyone's
Like I love when people come into, Whole Foods and they're like, "Are these chilies spicy?" And I'm like, "I don't know what
You're
you
like,
consider
yeah.
spicy."
Actually, that's
so
awesome point. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Because when I was floating a lot and I was helping produce out,
Uh-huh.
they would ask me that when we had the roasted chilies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my heat tolerance is really high.
Yeah, cuz I didn't think our hot was hot.
Ours isn't hot at all.
No.
No.
That's cuz it's from Pueblo.
Ooh.
First off, she's not wrong. Pueblo did sell their chilies from.
Yeah.
I think it was, which farm was it? Muso Farms, something like that.
Oh, you're telling the wrong person.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know,
good
Pueblo.
point. I don't know.
I'm
Sorry.
from Texas, boy.
Yeah, good point. But what we do every year, Pueblo is cool because Pueblo is really all about its food,
Uh-huh.
and there's so many good ones. There's been a lot on there on like the Food Network. down in
Really?
Pueblo too, yeah. Because we have this thing called the Slopper.
Uh-huh.
It sounds awful.
That sounds really gross.
But
I don't
it's
even
an
know what it
open-faced
is.
burger that is smothered in green chili.
Oh, okay.
It's
yeah.
awesome.
No, that's
It's super awesome.
That's-
So there's that, but then we have this thing called the Chili and Frijole Festival.
uh-huh. Yum.
Have you been?
No.
You should go.
I honestly haven't really spent any time in Pueblo.
Most people
Like,
have it.
yeah.
You drive through it in like 10 minutes. Of that.
Yeah,
But,
I've driven through it a bunch of times.
They have some bomb food.
Yeah.
My favorite things to eat when I'm down there, because I can only get it when I'm there, is a
slopper?
a slopper, or green chili smothered fries, because I can't find any up here
yeah.
at all. A pasky sandwich grinder.
What's that?
So pasky is like an Italian-owned restaurant. There's 4 of them, but it's only in Pueblo.
Oh.
And supposedly it's owned by the mob, but I can't get into that.
Ooh. Ooh, airing the secrets.
But the pasky sandwich is amazing, and if you talk to Jelly, ask her
Okay.
about it. I guarantee you. If
She'll be
if
like,
you mention
Is she from Pueblo too?
Jelly's from Pueblo, and so is
Really?
Aaron and Derry.
No
Yeah,
way.
we all went to the same school too.
No way.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep. So yeah, we
Small
got that. We
world.
got that Pueblo bond.
That Pueblo heart and soul.
So you pick on me, you pick on them.
I don't think so.
Just saying. Well, you pick on Pueblo, you pick on them.
Oh yeah, well.
The other really awesome food down there is Dewdrop Pizza.
Dewdrop?
Yeah.
Is that another like restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Dewdrop, there's 2 of them in Pueblo.
Uh-huh.
They sell this really thick crust pizza,
Ooh.
but they make it in house and it's sweet.
It's sweet?
I want to know the recipe, and they call it Dewdrop because now that I'm older, I can realize what their name means, because it's like just a hint of sweetness in their dough.
Oh, okay.
It is so good.
But it's still just like a pizza, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like marinara, but it's sweet a little bit?
Whatever their pizza sauce is, however they make it, but the dough itself
The dough
is
is
what's
sweet. Huh.
It's wonderful. One of these days I'm going to
Interesting.
bring one up for everybody.
Okay, yeah. I'll try
Or
it.
2.
For sure.
It's wonderful. It's
Or
delicious.
2.
Maybe 1 for myself.
Ooh.
But it's really good. But those are like staples down there.
Yeah.
The
Nice.
Chili Fest is cool because it'll shut down like the main street in Pueblo, and like all the vendors will show up, and everything that they make has green chili themed in it. My favorite thing, me and my best friend went one year, and we've never seen it since. It was this 1 year only, right? We're like, what do you want? I was like, I don't know, let's go get a gyro. And the guy was selling gyros with fresh green chili strips.
Ooh. Weird.
It was, right? Sounds
Yeah.
awful. It
No,
sounds
I mean,
weird. Okay. Maybe
anything
not
with
awful.
green chili honestly doesn't sound that gross, but
Good point. Good point. So we tried it, and it was so good. We went
Really?
back and got seconds.
Ooh.
Like, it was awesome, but he's never been there again.
oh,
It's that one
He's
little.
like, "That's it.
He's like one little
One
tiny
and
little
done."
vendor. Like, it was so good. But they're like, all the farms will go out because all the Pueblo chili farms are out in the county, out in Pueblo, and they all come out, have their booth. You can get buy chilies and
like
roast
bundles. What?
Yeah, you can get bushels, yeah.
Yeah. Yum.
them. And so we do that every single year. It's wonderful.
And
So
then just
we'll go
freeze
out
it?
to the actual farm. Yeah. Well, I think last year we got 2 bushels worth,
Nice.
and me and my mom will like
Peel it.
we'll get it
and
roasted by them. Usually throw in some garlic and
everything. Ooh, yeah.
some garlic with it when they roast it. It's so good. But then we'll peel off all the skin, and then we'll bag them in like little Ziplocs and freeze them, and just pull out a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
It goes so far, lasts us all
Have
year.
you ever touched your eyeball after doing that?
Never have, because I've always been smarter than that. I mean, being born and raised there.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like everything's hot. Just don't touch your face at all.
Don't touch your face. Don't go to the bathroom.
As I touch my face. Yeah. Oh, oof. I've never had that happen.
My dad has.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ow. How long did it last?
You know, I didn't ask too many details because it's my dad.
So how did you
and,
know
like,
it happened then?
He told me
Why did he tell you?
because I don't know. Thought it was funny.
It is funny.
It is funny. I don't think I was there for it though. So I wish I would have witnessed.
Yeah, that.
I mean, oh, not.
no, yeah.
Not.
Wait.
That sounded bad.
It's because it
But-
was, and this is getting real weird. Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
that was a fun episode. Thanks. Just kidding.
And we're done here.
And we're done here. Thank you. Wow, I've never experienced that, and I hope I never do.
I've cut a jalapeno and touched my eye, and I thought I was gonna go blind.
There are people on YouTube that will grab peppers. Was this me and you talking about this, or was this me and somebody at work? I can't remember.
I don't
Like,
think.
no.
Oh, it was a buddy at work, and was grabbing peppers, and he was like rubbing it in his face, and then taking a bite of it, and then rubbing it in his face. I'm like, why would somebody do
Why?
that? I don't. It was like a really hot one too. I don't think it was like a ghost pepper, but it was something up there.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos where people like eat them and see like how much they can take, but
That's cool. I like that. Looks
I
like
just
that.
feel
Do you know what makes the chili hot?
the seeds,
Yeah.
but I don't know what.
It's the capsaicin is what it's called. It's on the inside.
Capsaicin.
It's all the white.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
you know when you work in VA a lot.
Uh-huh.
So you know when you open a jalapeno and you see like the white little strands in there,
Yeah.
like the white in it.
Yeah.
Is what makes the chilies hot.
That's the spicy.
Most of it, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of factors, as in like when it was growing, how much water it
Yeah.
got, that kind of stuff like that. But the capsaicin in it is what, like in the center of it, is really what gets to the spice. The ghost peppers are tiny. Have you
Yeah.
seen a ghost pepper?
Yeah.
They
Like
look
they're
evil.
little red, right?
The habaneros are like red and orange.
Uh-huh.
The ghost peppers, I believe, are like purple.
What?
They look
Yeah.
evil and
Oh,
like
God.
look like they have boils. It looks evil.
Ah.
So the
I
cool thing
just don't know why you do that to yourself.
seriously, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
I
had
like to taste my food.
I like flavorful burn, not chemical
Uh-huh.
burn.
Yeah.
That's how we explained it when we went to school.
I know
And,
jalapenos, like, if they're cracked, like, have those cracks on the outside, they're hotter, too.
Oh yeah, and what I learned, I don't know how accurate it is, but what I learned was when the pepper season, when they're
Uh-huh.
growing, if it has less water, it's more intense,
Oh.
and so hence that little cracking, because it's kind of more like
okay.
the way I think about it is like it's a little bit more dried out. Mm-hmm. But when you get a really wet season, like a lot
Yeah.
of rain, you'll get the really big ones.
Yeah.
They're juicy, but they don't taste like
They're
anything.
just not
they just
that,
taste like
yeah.
a bell pepper
Uh-huh.
at that point.
Yeah.
That's what I was taught, at least, which is funny.
Sounds good.
but
I
the-
believe that now.
The ghost pepper, though, when you cut it open, instead of it having any open space in it, it's completely solid white.
Ah.
The one I had, at least, was completely solid
You
white.
ate one? Just plain?
Oh, and it was so minuscule too. It was like,
The tiniest piece?
yeah. So if like this was the size of the pepper, I
Uh-huh.
had like maybe the tip of it, and it burned for like a good 20 minutes.
Can't that, like, burn through your stomach?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. It's fine.
Fine.
Worth it.
Oh, it's totally worth it. Because I wanted to try it, and that's one
Uh-huh.
thing when I went to culinary school and stuff was, I want to try everything,
Uh-huh.
and then I can decide if I like it or not, if I want to try
Yeah.
it again. But as long as I do the initial one,
Uh-huh.
so it doesn't matter what it is. Like,
So
definitely
what
try.
else did you try that's, like, memorable?
Ooh, that's a tough.
Like a cow eye or something? Like something crazy?
Never had eye. I don't know if you can eat eye.
You can.
Can you?
Yeah.
I never done it at
Like
least.
fish eyes. People eat that all the time.
Fish eyes?
Yeah.
Who does that?
I've no
Said
idea.
yes.
Strange people.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Even like the skull? Or the bones?
Well, I use the bones on stock. I'll have to try that now.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
I just feel like it'd pop in your mouth and like I'm
Probably.
not about that.
The texture. Mhm.
Probably. That's funny. I mean, we use the different types of fish eggs for
Yeah.
caviar and
Uh-huh.
sushi.
Do you like caviar?
I love it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What does it taste like?
Nothing. Just
Why do
like,
you love
have you
it
ever had
then?
boba?
Yeah. I love boba.
Same concept. It's just like round and
Yeah.
it depends on the ones you do because I'm a sushi chef,
Uh-huh.
so I use a lot of different types because I
Yeah.
like the colors of it.
Uh-huh.
And we usually use the flying fish roe, that's what the eggs are
That's
called
like
as
the
roe.
orange one, right?
Yeah, it's super tiny too. Like, but it looks like gems.
Oh,
So I
it's
imagine it.
like makes your sushi pretty.
So I have a couple different colors I like to use. I usually use the red roe or
Uh-huh.
orange when I'm making something spicy.
Hello.
Second one.
And I'm making something spicy, I'll usually do that so that someone, when they look at it, they can tell like right off the bat. So like when I garnish, for example, my sushi, I'll have the red roe or the orange roe,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll put a little half jalapeno or something on top of it, and they know it's hot.
Nice, yeah.
Compared to when I make like, what's the other one I really like?
What
is
other
my
colors are there?
Jeez, there's so many different
Really?
ones, but you can dye them too,
Oh, okay.
which I haven't done, and you can also make artificial ones. I've made a mango caviar before.
Oh. Huh.
Sounds crazy.
Interesting. I don't know too much about caviar. I'm not like fancy.
I'm not fancy. She would put the pinky up and everything. But it's delicious. It's wonderful, and it looks pretty,
Yeah.
which is what one of the cooks I used to work with at one of my first cooking jobs, which was actually at a community college. So I was learning from there, and the chef I worked under was from New Orleans. Dude, I learned so much from him.
New Orleans has good food.
Dude, yeah. Have you been?
Yes.
How many times?
Once.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Even if you've gone once.
Yeah. No, it was cool. I spent like 4 days there in a hostel.
In a hostel,
Yeah.
of all things? Dang.
Yeah.
And what'd you think of that?
Of what, the
Hostels
hostel?
always scare me because of that movie Hostel.
I've never seen that movie, but hostels, I've had very good experiences, but I've heard of bad ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Mine worked out. I went on a road trip, so we didn't really.
Oh, okay.
It was either that or our car.
We went this past year, me and my girlfriend.
Yeah.
We went for a work conference for her.
Nice.
And I got to go with her, and so I was like, oh, holy crap. So I got a hold of my
Dude.
chef that I used to work for, right? I was
Uh-huh.
like, where do I need to go? What do I need to do? And then a couple people from work, too, that were from there,
Mm-hmm.
got a hold of, and I was like, this is the food you need to try.
Yeah.
So I was all about everything.
All
Because
the
she was
gumbo.
working, I would go and eat, because my girlfriend's vegetarian.
Oh, really?
So there was a lot that she couldn't eat.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, well, I don't want to be a jerk and go out to these places that she
Yeah,
can't eat at while
yeah.
she's with me. So while she's at work doing her
You're
conference,
like, I'm going to go eat.
yeah, because everything was in walking distance. Because we
Uh-huh.
stayed in a hotel, it wasn't a hostel, but
Did you go to Bourbon Street?
oh yeah.
Opinion? I want to know.
It was fun.
Really?
Once.
Once. One time.
Like
One and done. Yeah,
we went down there like I think it was like 2 or 3 times. The first time was because we just arrived. We're like, let's go get food. Bourbon Street's
It's
right
like,
there.
of
There's a
course,
restaurant right
yeah.
there. Boom, and it was bomb.
Really?
Oh yeah, that food was. Oh, the food there is so good. Oh, it's so delicious. But so we did food there, and then one night we kind of walked and just kind of looked at some stuff.
Uh-huh.
A couple vendors, went back home. Then we did one full night of just hanging out on Bourbon Street, and
Uh-huh. Crazy.
it was nuts. Yeah. The thing is, though, and I don't know if you know about it, but sea level affects how well you can get drunk.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like your elevation.
Yeah.
Is there a dog over there?
There was a dog over there.
Oh.
Just chilling.
Whoa.
And we live here,
Uh-huh.
freaking Mile High.
Yep.
Went down there.
And then you like can't get drunk.
I didn't even bother.
Yeah.
Like I bought a couple things because it was like touristy.
Yeah.
Like the voodoo daiquiri,
Uh-huh.
which tastes like the color purple.
Tastes like the color purple.
That's an interesting saying.
Have you ever had Everclear?
Yeah.
It
it's
tastes
not-
like purple. Rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
But it tastes like
not
purple.
good.
Yeah.
Tastes like purple.
We went with the.
I just pictured grape. Like,
No, it's
No.
purple. Like you taste it and just like, no, that's purple.
that's purple.
Yeah.
Huh,
Yeah.
weird.
I tried that though. I mean, I didn't get drunk at all down there, which is fine. I'm
Yeah.
totally okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't need to be
No.
drunk ever,
yeah,
really.
But I mean, it kind of sucks if you buy a couple drinks and you don't even.
Right.
like,
So
get
that's
anything
why
out
I
of
only
it.
kind of like just bought a couple like that were like touristy. Like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I had this because we went to the oldest pirate bar
Oh.
in New Orleans, which for the life of me can't remember the name of it.
I feel like I've at least walked past it.
It was super cool. So it's
Uh-huh.
it's all like made of stone,
Uh-huh.
super dark in there, and it's like candle lit.
Oh, what?
You could barely see.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like Bourbon Street. It was really scary. I thought I was gonna get kidnapped.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it is a little sketchy, and it smells so bad. Mm-hmm. But it was
and,
fun.
like, the guys are scary. They're creepy out there.
And which kind of leads me into the fact that I couldn't get drunk, right? So we did that, and then they have the open container policy down there, which is fine.
Wait, you can have an open container there?
The cup, yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah, they
that.
take them to go all the time.
Oh.
You didn't know that? There's signs
No.
posted everywhere.
Oh, well, I was there for like 5 minutes, like I said.
Fair
and
enough,
then
sorry.
I was like, I can't do this.
Fair enough. We
I
were
will
there,
be
I think, for about
taken.
a week. So we were there for
Yeah.
for a little stay. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
But yeah, so you were able to go around with it. So we went down there, went to a couple of the different little clubs down there and stuff like that. It was cool. It was fun. And then we hit that time of night, and I was the only one like protecting.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like, which it really was. But more of how did my dad explain it? It was more like I was trying to herd cats.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
They're like, look at that. Look at that.
Dude, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we kept walking by. I'm like, all right. It came to a point where I'm like, all right, it's getting real weird. And I was starting to feel like
Yeah.
this isn't feeling right.
Uh-huh.
And so we walked out, and they were like having a good time and stuff. And I'm like, all right, it's time to go. Like
Yeah.
straight up, like we had to go. And they were like, super sad. My girlfriend was so sad too. Like,
Oh,
no, why? I want to keep going
You're
and
like,
dancing. I'm
I
like,
don't
we have to
wanna-
go now.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? And so like, at that point in time, it was only 4 of us left. And they were, her and her coworker were just talking like, yeah, this is awesome, that kind of stuff. And I'm like noticing more and more guys and less girls
Yeah.
everywhere. I'm like, all right, this is getting a little weird. Like, it's starting to feel aggressive.
Yeah, it gets like weird.
It was nuts. And then
That city has like a dark undertone, I
it
feel
totally
like.
does, yeah. No, we need to go. Everything's starting to change. It's late, and I'm like, no, there's no women here. It's all guys now.
Yeah.
I'm like, we gotta go. I don't feel
We're
right. I don't want to have to
yeah.
beat some people up if I
Yeah,
have to,
no.
or worse, if anything, like to us or them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then they got to that point where I'm like, I even snapped too. I was like, we're going,
We're
and
done.
they're both like, oh.
You're like, okay, it's serious.
We left, and my girlfriend was so mad.
You're like, you'll forgive me in the morning
was
when
a
you're
lightweight.
still alive.
Right, yeah, seriously. So we end up getting home and stuff. And the next day they're like, cool, yeah, I'm glad you called it quits. I'm like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
It was a little creepy. But overall, though, the experience was really fun.
Yeah,
But I
they have
hate
great
humidity.
music too.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy out there.
We went to Market Street.
Uh-huh.
No, French.
French Quarter.
That's where we stayed, was in French
Or
Quarter.
Frenchman.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we went down over there, and they were having just some awesome blues music.
Yeah.
And I love blues music. Oh, it was good.
I haven't heard some good like bluegrass music down there. They have everything.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
Like, I had such a good time. Like, it was awesome.
It's a cool city.
Yeah. I want to go back to try more food.
When we
But-
went there, it flooded though.
Did it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was crazy because we were on a road trip, so we were going like west.
We were going.
And yeah, and it just like it had rained a lot the day before, and like the streets were all just like completely filled with water.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It rained a lot while we were there. It didn't fill the streets like flood wise, but there was a lot of water.
Yeah.
And one of my girlfriend's coworkers took her mom, and we were on Bourbon Street, and then she went to go do something, and she stepped in mud and slipped and fell in all of that.
Oh no.
We found out from one of the tour guides because we did a ghost tour. Because
Oh yeah.
why not? I loved it. I thought it was cool
I think
because it was
ghost
just like
tours are so cool.
right, and it was really informative. Just like on like where
Some
vampires
history
came
and
from.
stuff. What? Really?
Yeah, that was one of like
New
so we did like a
Orleans? I guess
5-in-1.
New Orleans is kind of popular for vampires, huh?
So I got to tell you the story. So this girl was awesome. She told us a lot of information. My girlfriend and her coworkers weren't too impressed with it because they wanted to know like, yeah, there's a ghost in there, and like,
Oh, they want
and
to
like,
know where the ghosts are.
yeah,
at.
like where to find them. Where this was more like a tour and why things are happening and like
Yeah.
history, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
And so one of my favorite stories was they were talking about vampires. And you're like, they have this big They told us the whole story about how like the religions came over and that kind of stuff like that. What voodoo and hoodoo were, and like how Catholicism like changed a lot of stuff there. And,
Yeah.
like all that stuff. It was really cool. And, like the vampires and why they thought a lot of vampires were there because when they would the guy who settled in New Orleans was there, and he's like, cool, all right. He's like, kind of bored here. Can you send us some girls? Sending back to I believe it was Spain. I want to say Spain or France, one of the two. I can't remember. And so because they told him like, yeah, we're going over here and it's amazing. It has these rivers that come over these mountains and it's like gorgeous. He's like, sure, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, right? And
Yeah.
then it wasn't.
It was
It
no.
was swamp, right? So he's like, all right, cool. I guess I'll get it to work, whatever. So then can you send us some girls over or something? Because he sent like the prisoners and like all the like the
Yeah.
Eh.
It's like I don't like these people.
right. So they're like, yeah, sure, we'll send you some girls or whatever. And they sent a bunch of like old like ladies, right? And then they sent they're like, okay, cool, funny joke, yeah, but can you really like send us something, right? And then they sent like
Probably takes like months upon months.
right,
Each
yeah, 'cause
time.
they're all by ship. And then they sent like I think it was a bunch of prostitutes, if I'm not mistaken, was next. So you can kind of see how it's building. So they sent all the older ladies that were like all nuns first off.
Yeah.
So they're like, they're married to Jesus,
Yeah.
right? And so then there's like a lot of that. They're like, okay, funny, haha.
Yeah.
And then they sent the whores. So it was like
And they're
both
like,
the virgins and like the sinners,
Yeah.
right? So they sent both. I'm like,
Polar
can you send
opposites.
something in between there? Or
Yeah.
whatever? So they sent the girls over there. And in order to send the girls over there, they had to convince them to go. So like, we're sending you over here to the new world, all this kind of stuff.
Fabulous.
We're going to make you a custom dress
Oh.
to your liking,
Uh-huh.
right? We're going to send all your stuff in an awesome custom, like, traveling case, whatever, suitcase, something
Like a
similar like
trunk.
that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Something custom, right? All this, like, and they're like, cool, all right, yeah, awesome.
I'm in.
Definitely. The dress was a dress that you get buried in, and the custom trunk was a coffin.
And that's where vampires, like...
Almost.
Okay,
So,
where did that
So
fit?
imagine
Yeah.
this. So they're sending all these girls over there that have to drag their own coffin with them because a lot of them won't survive the trip over,
Yeah.
right? So they send them with
that's so
coffin, and they send you
unfortunate.
in this white dress.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of them got sick on the voyage, which also included blood and vomit and that kind of stuff. And then it landed on their white dress and stuff like that. And they used to keep the girls under deck because of pirates.
So they were very pale.
Right? So they were very pale too. But they used to keep them under deck because of pirates, and they want the pirates to attack the ship because they see all these girls on there, right? But they left the coffins up top. So all you see is the ship coming through with all these coffins, right? And it's real foggy and crazy there.
Uh-huh.
And so the ship pulled up to dock at night in this fog with all these coffins on the ship with all these girls dragging their coffins off the ship that are covered in
And then
blood and
nuns were
vomit.
like,
Right? The only thing people thought were like freaking vampires.
Freaking
So
vampires.
that's where that story came from. She told us that. We're like, holy crap, that's amazing. I loved it.
Uh-huh.
My girlfriend's like, I want to see real vampires. Come on.
She's like, I'm not impressed.
It was funny, but I loved that story about it. And like there was like just a little like things everywhere, and there's a church there where supposedly is locked. Like there's 3 stories.
Uh-huh.
The third one is completely locked, and only the Pope has the key to get in there. We're like, what's in there? And she's like, don't
No
really
one
know.
knows.
But they speculate that it's like actual vampires or
Like
stuff
living
in
in
there,
there.
right? But I mean, it could all be for touristy stuff too. But it was just really cool. It was fun.
Yeah, that is cool.
That, and then they taught us about voodoo and hoodoo, and
Voodoo's crazy.
it's awesome. It's
I don't know about that.
because everyone has the wrong perspective of it.
I've seen like a documentary on it though,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like people poking bike spokes through their like cheeks and stuff, like weird. It was very strange.
like piercing.
No. Yeah, I mean, kind of, but like
No.
they were like speaking in tongues, kind of thing. You know, like that's just kind of creepy.
It's cool, and she really broke it down because voodoo was like their religion, and then all like they brought like Catholicism over, and they're like, you have to change or die, basically.
Change or die.
And that was the 2 options.
Yeah.
And so someone was like, whoa, okay,
It's just combined.
they're never going to change if you just give them the 2 options. Mm-hmm. Like, so they created a hybrid, which is hoodoo, which is because they're like, look at this,
Christianity
they're
or
like
Catholicism.
this, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, look at this, like voodoo and Catholicism and like just Catholic religion in general was so similar. One
Really?
like main person.
I feel like all religions are pretty. They got a lot of similarities.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like the one main person and like all these apostles, angels, whatever they were at the time or whatever, depending on which religion you're talking about. Like it just broke down. It was like, look at all these similarities. So they created hoodoo that were like, okay, here's the similarities. Let's mesh this together. This way it's an easier transition to getting people from voodoo to
Like a
Catholic.
just a little like a sidestep. Like,
Right.
You'll make it there.
It was super cool.
We'll get you.
Right. It was super awesome, and there's a lot of them are like people think like voodoo dolls are just like for like the revenge and torture and like stuff. Like, no, a lot of them are different things. So we went into an actual voodoo shop and we're like learning about all the different dolls, and there's ones that were like here's a good one. So there was a bunch of different voodoo dolls. We went in there, right? This one's like, if you're trying to get pregnant, this is the one you want. If you are say you and your husband are not getting along right, or like sometimes he wants it all the time, sometimes she wants it all the time, you guys are just off, like hang this voodoo doll above this doorway,
Yin and yang, you guys.
and where you put the pin tells your partner if I really want it, or if I don't want it.
Oh.
And it was like a different color of
Why
pin.
is the communication so bad?
It was just like a thing to help around.
Okay.
But if you flip it around, not being voodoo and being more Catholic, it's like, okay, well, this whatever the spirit or this doll represented. It was like, well, he's the saint of cooks, or this is the patron saint of blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Right. Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Same exact concept.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference was that these ones had different names and were portrayed differently.
Yeah.
It was super cool. Very interesting.
Cool.
So we stood a lot.
Hoodoo. Interesting. I've never heard of that until now.
It's cool. The voodoo dolls aren't as creepy as I thought. Now that I know what they are.
Yeah. Now that you know, you don't
Yeah.
push pins into them for no reason.
Yeah, not just straight up witches and.
Just like
It's cool.
curses and stuff.
It's super cool though.
Yeah. I bet.
It was weird. Also, just I keep thinking about Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street.
That got real weird. It was fun, but it
It
got
was
real
not
weird.
fun.
Did you go to the casino?
The casino?
Mhm.
No.
That was
There's
fun.
one
too.
in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. No,
What's that main street? Not Bourbon Street. Whatever the main one we were on with the hotel. It's right on that, like, where the trolleys are.
Mm-hmm.
Like the main set of trolleys.
no idea.
You didn't do the trolleys either?
No.
That
I
was
had a
fun.
car.
It reminded me of the light rails here.
Really?
Except it was a single car, and you
Oh.
like paid for the ticket there.
Whoa,
Like, it was nuts. We went to the
That's pretty
cemeteries.
cool.
It was really cool.
You went to cemeteries?
Have you ever seen the cemeteries? Man, you missed out on a lot. You need to go back.
Yeah, I wasn't like downtown New Orleans that much.
I don't even know if we were considered downtown New Orleans.
Oh,
I don't know
I don't know.
I'm not
I
really
don't know
sure.
what
I
was
just
doing.
know where we
Apparently
were and-
Not the right thing.
what to do.
I didn't get a ghost tour. I didn't learn about hoodoo.
Yeah, you missed out.
Jeez, I messed up.
We went to the cemeteries, and they're all above ground.
Mm-hmm.
And it was super cool. But you can see a lot of it were still kind of destroyed from the hurricanes and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, it was sad.
Mm-hmm.
But it was funny, too, because, like, one of them had, like, the top broken in. And I'm like, that guy got out.
He's out here
Like,
somewhere.
there's your vampire. That kind of stuff. But it was cool. But in the casino, kind of, because my whole goal was to try this list of food, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking up like most popular places to go. Some of them are only open for a short amount of time.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
But some of them they're all
That was
delicious.
super exclusive or something?
No, it's more like we're only open for like brunch and lunch
Oh, okay.
kind of thing.
Yeah. Just gotta
And
make
that's
sure
it.
you go at the right time.
Yeah. And it was awesome. We went to a lot. I had po' boys galore.
I bet.
I tried every place that had a po' boy. I tried the po' boy.
What
I
was
wanted
the
to
best
compare 'em.
one?
They were tied,
Tide?
but I liked different things of different restaurants for many aspects. My favorite one was I think
Oh,
it
I
was
thought
called-
you were saying the sandwich was Tide, and I was like, what?
Oh,
What are
like
we
Tide.
talking
No,
about?
like favorites. Like
Okay, Tide. I
Yes.
get it.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
No, I had a. Yeah. No. I was at school earlier. I'm brain dead
fair
now.
enough. Yeah. One of my favorite ones I think was at Commerce is what it was called.
Uh-huh.
And if this is the one I'm remembering, we got in there. The line was long, but it was going fast. And these like three ladies, man, were like,
They're, like,
yeah, what do you want?
slinging
Yeah,
out
cool, no
po'
worries.
boys.
Yeah, they were super awesome. We're talking about it and like that. They were slinging food like crazy, and I was like, this was awesome. It was such a good experience, and in like tiny little diner, like 6 tables.
Wow.
Tiny, so you're like standing there waiting.
Yeah.
But the food was really quick and stuff. So I asked, I was like, "Can I get a picture with you guys? This is amazing." They're like, yeah, only if you
I'm
take a
like,
picture with my
"Please."
phone too. And so we like sat there and like took pictures and selfies and stuff with them.
Oh.
But it was awesome. That food was so good,
They
so
put their
bomb.
love into it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Nice.
super good. But the casino, we went there. It was like our last day right before we flew out. Like I said, there's still a lot on my list I didn't get to try.
Uh-huh.
So we did the buffet. Just like, oh, okay. And it covered the rest of my list.
You're like, everything else checked off.
Like the buffet should, right? But we rolled out of there.
Yeah.
Had to roll me out.
Oh, I bet.
It was cool.
You can't really not roll out of a buffet.
It's true.
Got to get your money's worth.
Yeah, seriously. That was expensive, but worth it?
Worth it.
Hopefully.
I hope so, too.
Hopefully.
Find out, I guess. I mean, I remember it, so that's good. It was cool. What is your favorite food? 'Cause you're vegan, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Selective?
So, like, I don't like to call myself vegan because then vegans get mad. You know, they're very sensitive people. They're.
Everybody's sensitive now.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, I eat eggs and, like, I'll eat a little bit of dairy here and there, but, like, mostly just, yeah, veggies and stuff. But my favorite food is probably just like a good curry.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of curry? Like a red curry, yellow
Yellow.
curry? Yellow.
Yeah, for sure.
I would not have pegged you for a curry lover.
Really?
Chili, yes. But,
Yeah. Oh, I love chili
they're,
too.
they're
But
so vastly different.
yeah.
Really? How did
Yeah.
how'd you get into that?
Well, when I went vegan, I originally went very strict vegan, and like the only places in Albuquerque where I'm from,
Shout out to Albuquerque.
shout out. They only the only vegetarian vegan places there are like Indian restaurants or
Totally
like
makes
Thai
sense, yeah.
places. Yeah. So I really got into it then because couldn't eat anywhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
How long were you like strictly vegan?
3 years. Yeah. Because I went to Hawaii and like there you can just eat fruit all day long and that was really easy.
From the source.
Oh my gosh, so
That's
good.
one place I still want to go.
Yeah. you
Mainly
should.
because I'm a sushi chef, so I'm like, I want fresh fish right from there.
Yeah.
But the fruit.
Their
love
fruit
fruit.
is amazing. And if you go to the farmers market, like you'll find at least 20 things that you've never even heard of before.
Oh, I totally believe that.
Oh,
And I can't
it's
wait to
amazing.
enjoy that.
It's so fun.
Let's see. So I've worked many different places. My favorite, I hated restaurants.
Really?
It was like a prison.
Yeah.
Same four walls.
And they
don't
like
have a
tell you
clock
what
in
to
there.
do.
It's basically like a prison.
They don't have a clock in there.
Most of the time, no, because then it just drags on.
Yeah.
Even more.
Yeah.
Most of the time, but it was just dumb, and then everyone's getting all stressed out over stupid things. Most of the chefs I worked for that were in restaurants were just like egotistical.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, I'm the chef. I know what's going on here, and I'm like, I hate chefs like that. That was one of my goals when I went to culinary school too. Was like, I'm gonna learn everything I can and be as good as I possibly can at it. So if I ever come across a chef that's like that, I can be like, let's go. And
Yeah.
I'll cook him under the
Yeah.
table. Right. On the other hand, though, I've met a ton of amazing chefs that I'm like, teach me everything you
Yeah.
know because you are awesome.
Yeah.
Right. And when I got into catering, that's what happened. Like, I started meeting
Damn, you've
them.
done everything.
A lot of stuff. I've
That's
done a lot of stuff.
crazy. I did
That's
not
what I'm
know that
saying.
about you.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jaime's still learning things.
Oh,
Jack of
yeah.
all trades.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
Seems
weird.
like it.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, I'm cool.
Okay, continue on. Continue on.
No, but it's just mainly that comes down to like I get bored and I want to learn more stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it
I
is.
think that's great, though.
Yeah, it's cool.
I don't think enough of us do that.
And cooking was a good way to do it too, because
Yeah.
I got to learn an awesome trade. But also being able to be like, for example, like, oh yeah, like if I was single and that kind of stuff like that, I'd be like, what do you like to eat? Like one of my exes, that one of our first dates, I asked her what her favorite like dish was, and I think it was like spaghetti and meatballs or something like that, something generic
Yeah.
but awesome. I'm like, all right, cool. And I made everything from scratch, all the pasta, all the sauce, I grinded the meat, like everything I showed you earlier.
Yep.
I did that. It was funny, and then I even
Wow.
like paired the wine with it. The sauce was
Damn.
matched. The sauce was made with the wine too. It was awesome. She's like, you
Man.
made this whole thing from scratch. I'm like, yeah,
Hell
it's
yeah.
really not that hard, which it really isn't.
Yeah. I feel like no one really teaches themselves that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I
What's one thing you've always wanted to make but you never did? I'm sure there's a recipe out there that you were like, I would love to try that.
Like, I mean, well, the interesting thing with being vegan is that you really have to like find those alternatives and like what you really have to like play with food. Like, I did not like a lot of food before I went vegan, and now I'm like, I'll eat anything as long as it's vegan. But
Yeah.
like, so it's cool to just take like a regular recipe, like meatballs, and be like, okay, what can I make that's like a vegetarian option for that? So yeah, I don't know, pretty much anything. Like, I don't do a ton of cooking. Like, when I do, it's just stir fries or like something simple.
Which
I'm
is
pretty
awesome.
busy.
You
So
can put anything in it.
yeah,
That's cool.
stir fries are the go-to.
We sell a lot of vegetarian and vegan options.
Hmm.
And it blows my mind.
Yeah.
Some of them I'm like, that sounds awful, but I'll keep looking at it every single day because I stock all
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
And I'll start learning more about it. I'm like, that's really clever. Like,
And there's some-
chickenless chicken nuggets.
Yeah, those are the best.
Are
Have
they?
you tried those?
Why?
My dad is like, he's from Germany, very German, loves his meat. And I like left those there one time when I was visiting, and he ate them, and he was like, I couldn't even tell the difference. And he's like one of those ones who's like, oh, you're not eating meat? Like, what?
Like straight up judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really? Mm-hmm. What is it made out of?
Most is
never
like
actually looked into
soy protein. I mean, they're probably not good for you, like, but they're good. Those are good. You have to find the good stuff, and that's
I'll try
why
it
everyone's
eventually.
like, vegan stuff is gross. I'm like, well, the
And-
hot dogs are shit, yeah.
I don't eat hot dogs. I've always hated hot dogs. We used to get them as kids, of course, but at that point I didn't really have a choice on what I was eating.
Yeah.
Whatever my parents made. It even took me a while to get into brats
Really?
because I didn't
Oh,
like hot dogs so much
brats.
that it affected all sausage for me mentally.
Yeah.
But a lot of my mentality on food changed, especially when I learned to cook it and go to culinary, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of my mentality on food changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool, and I love all the options because
Yeah.
the scientific side of me really wants to know, how do they do this, right? And then the cooking
Yeah.
side of me is like, how does it taste, and what can I replace in a normal recipe with this? Because my girlfriend's vegetarian, so a lot of my recipes and cooking have
You
to
gotta figure those
change
things out.
now because
Yeah.
she doesn't eat meat. And seeing a lot of the options that we have makes you start thinking more clever about my recipes, where I can keep the same recipes. For example, the meatless meatballs. I was like, she loves pasta.
Yeah.
Loves it. I'm like, cool. I know how to
Who
make pasta
doesn't?
from scratch. I know how to make all my sauces and stuff. But I like the meatballs. Like, I like the
Yeah.
meat. So I can make her a separate one and use the meatless crumbles, for example, or even the meatballs,
Yeah.
and it'll look exactly the same.
Yeah. And I'm sure, they don't, it's hard for me to say because I haven't had meat in so long that I'm like, I don't even know what it tastes like anymore. But like, to me, like the Beyond Meat burgers, they're pretty close. They use beets in those
Yeah,
to
I heard
like
about that.
make them bleed. or
Yeah, which is
whatever.
dumb. Like, you already don't want to eat meat. Why do you want your fake meat to bleed?
I don't know.
It's dumb.
Juicy, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't believe it.
There are some, there are some thought processes on all that. Like, for example, we're adding beets so it'll bleed.
Yeah.
That are like, why?
Why would you want it to bleed?
Why?
I feel like it's just more appealing to people who eat meat.
But why?
Maybe.
You're not trying to convince them.
Kind of.
Why? You're the one
'Cause
eating
you-
it.
Yeah, but you want like more than just the vegetarians to eat it, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just playing
I
devil's
wouldn't.
advocate.
So I
honestly.
wouldn't pick up. Yeah. I wouldn't pick up a fake burger patty that looks like it's bleeding when I can just
Yeah.
have a regular burger patty
Yeah, that is bleeding.
If my cow is mooing, I'm happy.
Yeah. Medium all the way.
Medium is my favorite. Like, it's not.
Medium, really?
Medium cooked,
See, I
yeah.
used to do like well done. I've never really
My
been a
dad
meat
does.
person, I guess.
My dad does, and before culinary school, I never knew why that was the different temperatures. I'm like, okay, it's cooked more and cooked less. People
Yeah.
like it squishy,
It's squishy,
Right?
It's like
weird.
Yeah.
But then when I started to learn, like, okay, this is why there's these different temperatures. Here's what is the inside that's affected by it, and like flavor, taste, like all of these different aspects. And when it comes to the realm of food,
Yeah.
I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. And then I was like, I like my meat cooked this way because that's what my taste buds prefer. It's delicious. It's cooked, but it's not overcooked. Like, medium's perfect. My dad loves it well done. Everything well done.
Really?
Dad, it's killing it.
You're like, Dad.
It's leather. He speaking of, he loves charred things. Like, anything that's burnt,
Really?
he loves. Oh, yeah. I'm like, why?
Oh no.
I don't think he has taste buds anymore, though. Because him and my uncle are addicted to salt.
Does he like those burnt chips that you get in the bag? You know what I'm talking about?
If it's like the
Like
dark,
really
weird brown ones. Yeah.
Those are good. I like those.
All right, I guess.
As you roll your eyes.
But like anything that we would make that were like super charred, like my mom has a bad habit of when we're warming tortillas up over the flame, she'll walk
Burning
away.
them. Oh no.
Mom, it's
the
gonna take 10
worst.
seconds. Why you gotta walk away? But sometimes she'll do that. But he loves those ones because they're burnt. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. As long as he eats
They're like really crispy. They're like tortilla chips at that point, right?
tostada,
Pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah.
tostada shell,
Yeah.
almost a taco shell, just flat.
Yeah.
My dad used to stick tortillas like in the toaster. He's German.
What?
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Interesting. I've never
Isn't
heard
that
that.
weird?
I've never heard
But
of
then
that.
he'd eat them with like soup, and they'd be like crispy. And,
That's cool. No,
yeah,
I mean,
it works.
hey, it works for what he was doing it. Right?
yeah.
It was funny too because we used to joke about tortillas. I mean, it's not really a joke because it's true, but like you never see a Hispanic family with silverware.
No, you just use a tortilla.
Tortillas are really
Duh.
you eat it. It's edible, right?
Edible spoon right there.
Wonderful. I love it. I still do it to this day. My grandma's coming into town soon. Oh,
Give
I
me some
love
of
her
those
tortillas, dude.
Give me some of those, man.
So that's
Yeah, I'll take some too.
no, I totally.
Oh man,
I-
have you ever had Ethiopian food, like where you eat it with your hands? I love Ethiopian.
The concept of it blew my mind.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, ooh, gross, ugh.
Like, oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cause I can't stand the food contamination.
Uh huh.
Like, is one of my like,
Yeah.
don't do that. Like,
Really?
Yeah. Because I've
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
Well, I
just-
mean,
I've been-
same for like I hate it.
and
I can't
I've been
stand it.
trained so long in proper like traditional French
Oh,
cooking
yeah.
that I'm like, it's gonna mess like the food up,
Everything up.
and not just the like.
Oh,
bad,
it's not like a germ thing though.
It,
I feel like
yes,
that's what most
it is.
people's
it
like.
is,
thing
but mine is more like you're gonna mess the food up on how it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like
But that's
this
how it's
beautiful
supposed to
creation
be.
because it's art.
Uh huh. It
And I'm
really
like,
is.
but then you're
beautiful.
gonna be like one of these like, oh yeah, just grab it. Like I'm like, oh,
Just like
gross. Like you're adding flavor to it that shouldn't be there.
yeah.
It's ugh. And then it's the germ thing, and that kicks in after. I'm like, oh, okay, that's gross. Like we have a, I won't name the vendor because we have a vendor that does demos
Uh-huh.
at work every now and then. And one day I happened to walk by, and he had his gloves on. Right, I was like, cool, gloves. Then he pulls out his phone,
Oh yeah.
starts going on his phone with his gloves, makes a call,
Uh-huh. That's
Alright,
like
puts
the
his phone
grossest
away,
thing you could
I-
touch.
and then
I
makes
see
a
that.
demo, another demo. I'm
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no.
like, I was like,
Never again will I accept a
I was
sample
like, well,
from
I never
you.
did. First off, because that was like his first day or whatever. But I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I will never ever eat
Oh,
whatever
man,
it is
those
he's selling.
vendors, man.
I even told him to. I even walked by too. I was like, dude, come on, we at least change your gloves before you touch food.
You said that?
Oh yeah, because
Hell
it
yeah.
like, pissed me off.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so gross. Because I don't want anybody eating that crap too. Because you imagine if like mom's like, yeah, sure, and hands it to her kid, and he literally just,
Yeah.
ugh.
Just
Yeah.
got
I'm
everything.
getting weird
in.
now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard like deep talks of where you take your phone and where your hands are. Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially
Yeah.
And like the phone, like
so many germs.
so many.
Let's continue.
Well, it's funny though, because those Lysol wipes.
Uh-huh.
Like I do at least. I should probably do it more, but then I'd be more of a germaphobe at that point. But once a week, once every 2 weeks or whatever, I'll take one. I'll just clean the phone and just let
Yeah.
it air dry.
Yeah.
I was like, because I'm like, this is gross.
I went to a dermatologist one time and they were like a big cause of like acne on your face is your phone. Like if you're on the phone a lot, because like all your oils and get on there and then it's everywhere else. Like, ugh.
Oh, that makes
It's
sense.
funny.
Yeah.
I always put you on speakerphone when you call.
I always have my headset in.
Really?
Yeah, I hate having the phone on my ear.
Yeah,
I
do
don't like
too.
holding my phone. Yeah.
And they're getting so big now too. I
Yeah.
mean,
Mine is giant.
Basically
like,
putting
yeah.
an iPad on your face.
Yeah.
which also is not good. I tried that. It doesn't work.
I don't know why you would try, but all right.
Just cause.
Just talk about that later.
All right. Good. Good.
Next podcast.
Next podcast. Thoughts on iPads on
Oh,
faces. Write that down, Jaime. We need that.
All right. I'm writing it down right now
I'm writing it down.
with my.
What's your
Candy.
favorite food? You're like such a foodie. It's a hard question.
To think
Like, okay,
right off
here's
the
my
spot.
question. If you could eat one meal like the rest of your life,
Like just that one forever.
I guess so I said curry, like I could have different forms of curry, like pizza, you could have different, but like what is that category? It's hard. What's yours?
Mine. Oh.
Oh yeah, put Jaime on the spot. Yeah,
Sure,
I put him on
sure.
the spot all the time. He can't
Yeah.
answer any of them.
No, I.
I just like
I don't know.
yeah.
It's hard.
So
That was a hard
when-
question.
When we were going through culinary classes and we would start getting those questions like similar to that, I was like, I don't know if I have a favorite food,
Yeah.
like, per se, but I have a favorite style, and it's Asian.
Yeah.
Like, that's my favorite style, and that's why like when I started school too, like the two things I wanted to learn was fresh pasta and sushi. Everything else was just a bonus,
Yeah.
like to add onto like that knowledge of cooking and stuff like that. But I don't know if I can pick a favorite. Like there's too many good options.
Yeah,
there's
there
so
really
many
is.
there's so many flavor combinations, and there's so many different like for example, you can take the Italian style. So you have like a pasta, and then like their signature sauces, like tomato sauces,
Yeah.
right? And do all these crazy cool things, right? And if you have the pasta dough, do so many different versions of pasta
Yeah.
with the same type of dough, based
So
on how it's
you
performed,
could
right?
answer pasta.
Could be, but then on
It
the other
could
hand,
be.
you can do the same type of dish, Asian style, and now you have yakisoba.
Yeah.
Now you have soba noodles. Now you have ramen.
Ramen is so good. Oh.
Have you had any of the ramen places here in town? Oh my god!
See again, like
we'll have to
I
get a
don't
group
eat
of us to
meat,
go.
so it's kind of like, do they have good options? Do you know?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I'm so down. I love
Okay.
ramen. I love food. I'll eat anything really, as long as it's like.
You actually got me thinking more about when we were talking about the chickenless chicken,
Uh huh.
which is so weird. That's a
I'm
weird
gonna
title.
bring it to work one day, and you're gonna like it.
Actually, you should do that.
'Kay.
Because, like I said, I had to change a lot of my recipes around because my girlfriend's vegetarian, right? So if I can find something that is delicious and good like that, because
Yeah.
she doesn't like tofu or any meat replacements. She doesn't like that kind of stuff.
Really?
Hmm.
Wow.
But I think it's because she only tried like tofu by
Yeah,
itself.
everyone
where
hates tofu, and I'm like,
I
you
love
don't know
it.
how to cook it. Then.
Exactly. it's a sponge.
Yeah.
It's a flavorless sponge that you have to add flavor to.
Yeah, you have to like
And when
marinate
we did it, it was
a little
super
bit.
easy. Yeah, we did one in teriyaki sauce. We did one in
Yeah.
whatever. Like
Just got to know your stuff.
we did the green chili one before.
What?
Yeah, just to try it.
Oh man.
It was awesome.
Green chili everything.
It's the king of the world there. That's why Mexican food's so good.
Have you ever had like green chili apple pie?
No,
So good.
I can imagine that's so wonderful because of the chili suckers that you can get like in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of, one of my favorite snacks is an orange slice with chili powder on it.
What?
Yes.
Sounds weird.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of people put like chili on fruit, you know?
Let's try it
But
one
on
of these
an
days.
orange
If you,
slice?
I bet it would be really good with the sumo.
Oh, anything's good with the sumo.
Jaime, have you ever had a sumo?
I have not.
Was this considered an orange?
It's a mandarin.
Yeah, a sumo mandarin. It's this freaking big.
It's like a fat,
It has like a
a weird like,
nipple
yeah, like nipple top
on it, and it's kind of wrinkly.
Uh-huh, yeah.
It
They're
is.
not very attractive, but like,
It is not. Well, actually, I love the way it looks.
yeah. I
Honestly.
mean, but I feel like if you walked in and you didn't know what it was, you'd be like, I'm
You'd
not
probably
sure
avoid
about
it.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. It is the most wonderful citrus fruit I've ever eaten in my life.
I mean, $4 a pound, but like,
They're super
so
expensive,
expensive.
and the time that they are available is super short.
so good.
Yeah, they are wonderful. Every time, like I was talking to Kat too, and there was one day she was sampling them out. I'm like, I
Give me
forgot everything I was talking about. I was like, yes, please.
Yes.
But it's a cool part. So one of our team leads in the back, me and him get along real well because we're both culinary all the time, right? He and his lady got the rest of the sumos one season, right? And they
Is
made
this JD?
they got all we had a surplus of it, right? So they made sumo juice. We started selling sumo juice at
What?
work. It was pure juice out of the sumos, right?
Was it so good?
Wonderful.
Oh man.
And so before they all sold out, JD bought all of them. He made jelly out of it. And he's like,
Oh,
here. He brought me a little mason jar of it. That was so
bet.
bomb.
Oh man.
It had so much flavor.
Like a sumo mandarin mimosa would be.
That'd be good. That'd be really good.
Yeah.
Whatever, we'll figure out next time I see you,
Yeah.
and I'll bring you one.
Ooh.
You got to try it.
All right.
It is.
Super easy to peel too. Like they're
Yeah, you
just
you
so
can literally just
convenient.
claw
You just,
into
like,
it. And
Do you
just
know what time frame it is? Like exactly?
right now.
Right now?
They're
Yeah.
on sale right
Let's
now at
go.
Whole Foods, people. Get
Shout
in
out.
there.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
shout out.
We have them right now.
You're
Like
getting
all
all
that
the
stuff was
shout-outs.
recent. The jelly was last season,
They'll
but
probably do it again, don't you think?
I sure hope so. Because he even asked me too. He's like, "What'd you think of that?" I was like, "Hands down, the
I
best
would
jelly I've ever
pay
eaten in my
good
life."
money for that.
Yeah, and I've had my grandma's homemade jelly, and
Yeah.
hers is so bomb. But that sumo one,
Yeah,
I wish we
orange
had-
jelly is actually really good.
I wish we had the climate to grow sumos better
Yeah.
here, but we
Or just
don't.
more fruit in general. Yeah, that'd be cool.
My grandma lives in New Mexico. her yard consists of just fruit plants
Yeah.
everywhere.
It grows really surprisingly well for how dry it is there.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she'll bring like a ton of like, she'll have apples and pears and peaches and everything. She'll make jelly, she'll can them, she'll do all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh, that's so cool.
She's awesome.
That's like what I want to be when I'm old.
Yeah?
Yeah, just canning stuff and like eating good food, growing my stuff.
Right. She is, so, which is funny because throughout all of my life, being real small, I was like, I want to be a chemist. Like, that was it.
Really?
End game.
Whoa.
Starting in elementary
You're
school.
advanced.
It's crazy. It's weird. I know. My mom's to this day is like, I don't think I'm your mother.
Who are you?
Right. But that's what I wanted to do forever, right? My brother always wanted to be the chef. Always.
Really?
Right? So I went to engineering school.
Uh-huh.
And then my brother's like, I'm going to go take a tour at Johnson & Wales. You want to go with me? I was like, absolutely. Yeah. That'd be cool. Did it. It was interactive. They were actually like doing demo classes and making things.
Wow.
So we got to actually try the food and stuff.
That's smart.
Fell in love with it.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, that's
And
what
now
I'm
your
doing
brother's
next.
a chemist?
He's a pastry chef. My brother's a pastry chef.
Oh, hey.
My brother's a pastry chef, and then I did chemical engineering, and then I did culinary arts, and which is cool because there's a cross between the two, which is molecular gastronomy, which is how I made the mango caviar. So it's basically using like chemistry on food.
Yeah, you were
Basic.
talking about food science earlier. That'd be.
Which I just found out a food scientist is a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's a really good program in Kansas, I'm pretty sure.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah,
I totally would have
that's
jumped on
wild.
that.
You can.
I
There's
might.
always time.
My
I
fourth,
might.
My fourth degree.
Oh my gosh. I think
Right.
it all makes sense now.
It's just funny. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so I did that class with him, right? The demo of it, and I was like, so I'm coming next, and I ended up going there next and learning all that stuff. It was so awesome. But I was like, dang, I never saw myself going in for like food or culinary arts or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
And the more I think about it, I'm like, the more it was kind of destined almost. So on my
Really?
dad's side of the family, my grandma is the one that makes all the awesome food I've just been telling you about. She catered forever. She makes all this awesome food. They opened one of the first Mexican restaurants in Pueblo.
Oh,
And all kinds of good stuff like that. It was awesome, right? So I learned all that stuff. I was like, she used to cook and stuff. And then my uncle, which is her youngest son, she had 5 sons. My uncle, the youngest one, he went to school, did all this mechanic stuff, like working on cars and bikes and all kind of stuff like that. And I don't know how accurate this story is, but knowing him, I'm pretty sure it's like spot on. But he was like in there, and one day he's like, "Where are all the girls?" And they're like, "Oh, they're in home ec." He's
You're
like,
like-
"Cool." He took off his apron or his it's like jumper or whatever it was. Took it off. He's like, "I'm going to home ec," and he switched.
Smart man.
And he ended up, and the teacher was like, "Why are you in here?" Because he has this crazy like goatee, and like he builds
like
hot
got
rods.
Like grease in his
Yeah,
hands.
he's a
and
mechanic. He
stuff.
builds hot rods and stuff.
Uh-huh.
He was in there. He's like, "Yeah, I just want to take this class." Right?
Smart.
Ends up becoming the best student in there.
Really?
The teacher gives him like no limit on what
The
he can buy.
family's just like food prodigies.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, it
So then he
seems like
worked
it.
at King Supers when they used to actually do their own cakes and decorating stuff like that, and
Yeah.
learned all the secrets of cake decorating. He is one of the best cake decorators in my entire family.
Really?
Yes.
In your entire family. That's funny.
Yeah. And there's a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so
I'm just getting
weird.
started.
Family history. Here
Hold
we
on
go.
to
Seriously.
Hold
As
on to
far-
your seats.
As far as cooking goes, yeah. There's that, and then my cousin Erin, she went to culinary school here, the rival one.
Ooh.
Actually, the one we went to. So we went to Art Institute for Game Design.
Oh yeah.
And they also have a culinary program, which she graduated from. So I like the school and I don't like the school.
Yeah.
Because I consider
Yeah.
us rivals. But she went to culinary arts, did that, graduated. So she has her own food truck. It's his ice cream. It's Bestie's ice cream.
I've never heard of it.
So they do that. So they make all their own ice creams. They're bomb. They're so good.
Ice cream.
It's
I
crazy.
love
My
ice
brother's a pastry chef. On
Yeah.
my mom's side, my great grandmother used to make wedding cakes and all kinds of different kind of cakes. So she knows like a lot of crazy cake decorating. And her and my uncle used to talk about different techniques and stuff like that. Hers
So
are
you
more
just like grew
traditional.
up around it.
Yeah, and I
But-
had no idea. Like I
Yeah.
was so oblivious
Uh-huh.
to it. And then my mom learned from my great grandma before she passed away. Passed all the like her baking stuff down to her.
Yeah.
My grandma, which is my great grandma's daughter,
Uh-huh.
I mean, what grandmas do, they cook, they make food. That's
Yeah.
what they do, especially in a Hispanic family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna just
That's
say
all
that.
we do. We've never hired caterers, so when I started catering, I'm like, this is a weird concept to me.
Like, why would you not just make your own?
Right? Exactly. But dude, and then I got into catering and like all that kind of, like, it is nuts. I was like, this is everywhere in my
Yeah.
family. It is insanely crazy.
That's
And
wild.
we make some bomb stuff. Like,
Yeah,
even my friends I hang out with, my roommate's a chef.
Really?
Whenever we, oh yeah,
Wow,
we met
see,
in
you're
culinary
just-
school.
You just have all these food ties.
Which is awesome when it comes to our parties.
Yeah, I bet. Oh man.
They are so bomb. We usually have people like, when's your next party? Because we always eat really good at your parties. So we always usually just take something, and we can usually make in bulk really cheap because we usually have access to like Restaurant Depot and
Yeah.
like stuff where you can buy a lot of bulk stuff.
Oh,
Really
why'd
easy.
you have me as a guest for food day? Like, you know, so many.
Because you have
more
an
food
interesting
people.
perspective on it compared
That's
to my
true.
friends I'm always around.
Yeah. I mean, food's just good.
Right?
It's so good.
Plus, most of my friends aren't vegan,
Yeah.
so we talk about the same thing.
Yeah. But that's like good too.
Oh, no, it's awesome. It's cool, but there's a lot of food in my family. My favorite recipes so far have been so my girlfriend, her grandma, and her mom really like to cook and bake, and her grandma used to do it a lot more. Had this cake that she used to make, my girlfriend, and she had a hard time explaining it to me. I'm like, what is so difficult about explaining what this cake is to me? I don't get it. And what I found out was, she said, it's a coffee cake, but it's not coffee cake. It's coffee flavored cake.
Okay.
I was like, okay,
It's like not to go with coffee. It has coffee in it.
yes.
Okay.
And so I'm like, all right. So for her birthday, I got a hold of her mom and her grandma and got the recipe, and I made it for her. And
So
oh
good.
my God, I love cakes that aren't sweet.
Yeah.
It was so bomb.
Really?
And I don't even like coffee.
Really? You
Yeah,
don't
I like
coffee?
tea. I like teas.
I like tea too.
But I don't like coffee. I don't like the flavor of it. It's weird.
I'm not a big coffee drinker. Yeah. Those people
But-
who like have to wake up and drink coffee. I'm like,
Yeah, I
don't-
feel like it's a necessity more than a want.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't get that.
Or an addiction.
Yeah. Have
Anyways,
a lifelong
skipping
goal
on.
to not be addicted to caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's worse things, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, that could be the worst thing. Also, like, it can be bad.
Mm-hmm.
But so I made that cake. It was so good.
Really?
Like, tastes like coffee and a cake, but it wasn't like overly sweet. Like,
Yeah.
I was really impressed by it.
Huh.
It was awesome. So the next thing I want to try and learn from her grandma is her peach cobbler that she makes. I had it for the first time this past Thanksgiving. Whoa.
With the Palisade peaches, I bet it'd be
Whoa.
so good.
I love the doors that food opens.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And you can like almost add anything to like any recipe to make it different and like
Oh, absolutely.
mess with it.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any like traditions that you guys do in your family?
Like every Christmas, we always do tamales like the night before or Christmas Eve.
Really?
Yeah. And then the Christmas Day, we make like this. We call it souffle, but it's not really a souffle, like strata more like. But it's just like bread with like meat and cheese in it, and then you put like egg over it and let it sit overnight, and then you just cook it the next day. It's kind of like quiche, I guess, but it's so good and like pretty simple. But other than that, we just did like growing up, we did a lot of brats. My dad's like obsessed with that.
Does he do his own, or do you guys buy them?
We would normally buy them. Yeah, you can't really find like great ones in Albuquerque. It's kind of hard, but
That's why I was asking, because I was like, I wonder if he makes his own.
no, he's not. He's not super
enough.
advanced with cooking. He can cook, but like not like that. Other than that, I mean, we have some like family recipes, but nothing that really sticks out. Yeah, we always just kind of had like the typical like spaghetti and like.
That's
you know.
typical for Christmas?
No, not for Christmas.
Oh.
I mean, just like day to day.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah. It was never really fancy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I was talking to Allison in specialty, and she works with me at Bliss.
She really knows a lot about food. It's insane.
We talk about it all the time. Like
Yeah, I'm
today,
sure.
whoa, like, that's all we talked about, right? But we were talking about food a lot because she's one of the chefs that works with me at the catering company.
Oh,
her and
really? Oh, cool.
Caitlin. And we were talking about untraditional holiday meals. And like for us, for Thanksgiving, it's the Friday Friday or Saturday after Thanksgiving, we always make tamales. We made like 60 dozen this year.
I love tamales so
It was
much.
awesome. But like for her, their untraditional holidays, like they do raviolis.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
They're Italian,
Ooh.
right? How cool.
Love ravioli.
I love it. And it's just so different.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do they like make the pasta and everything? Wow.
she used to work at Pappardali's, however you say it.
Yeah.
One of the brands of pasta
Yeah,
we sell at work.
uh-huh,
She used to work
yeah.
at that company here.
Wow. That's cool.
But
I
she
didn't
knows a
know that
lot of
about her.
awesome. I like usually ask her like her opinions when it comes to pasta stuff,
Uh-huh.
because that's one of my favorite things. Like
Yeah,
one of my favorite styles.
I have overheard her just like going in on like.
You should have heard us
some-
today.
Yeah,
So
I'm
we
sure
were talking
it's, like-
about. I just showed him earlier. We were talking about this YouTube channel I
Uh-huh.
just found. It's called Epicurious.
Epic.
So there's a big catering company called Epicurean, a huge one. They're like cater
Uh-huh.
like the Bronco Stadium and that kind of
Uh-huh.
stuff like that, right? They have this YouTube channel called Epicurious, and I found one of their playlists. They have a bunch of cool food stuff
Uh-huh.
on there, but the playlist I was watching was called 4 Levels of, and it
Okay.
was 4 levels of, and then whatever the subject was.
Uh-huh.
So the one I watched yesterday was 4 levels of spaghetti and meatballs. Level 1 is an amateur cook who
Uh-huh.
doesn't normally do it all the time, right?
Yeah.
Level 2 is a home cook who cooks a lot but wasn't traditionally trained,
Mhm.
right? Level 3 is a professional chef, and level 4 is a food scientist.
Oh, interesting.
So on the spaghetti and meatballs one, they do it simultaneously on this video, so you can watch them all doing it.
Oh, really?
It's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
And so they're all doing spaghetti and meatballs, right? So the girl's like, yeah, she bought like dried spaghetti, that kind of stuff, broke it in half, throw it in there, which
Yeah.
is super, shouldn't do that. Anyway, that's just a personal preference. Does that. She even put like oil and salt into the water and that kind of stuff like that. And they did that. Her sauce came from a jar,
Uh-huh.
and they did made their own meatballs. Right?
Okay.
So you put in a pound of meat,
Yeah.
ground meat, and mixed it that way. The home cook bought fresh pasta, like the dried ones,
Yeah.
like we sell.
Uh-huh.
Bought that. That was his noodles. Made his sauce with fresh like tomatoes, that kind of stuff, and then made his meatballs. But he used beef and pork sausage.
Uh-huh.
I was like, cool. Then the
Good
professional chef
mixture.
made his pasta from scratch, made his sauce from scratch, and made his meatballs with 3 types of meat.
Really?
Yep.
Whoa.
Awesome. And they're really good.
Uh-huh.
It was beef, pork, and veal.
Veal? And you just like mix it all up in there? And
He grounded it himself too,
wow.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
And it was just
Yum.
awesome to
Oh my
watch, and
gosh,
like
I bet
even
that
how
meal was
they
so good though.
cooked it and everything. And I was watching it, going like
So what's the next level?
food scientist.
Uh-huh.
And she basically breaks it down like, here's the difference between all of these 3, and here's why they look and taste so different.
Oh.
She broke it down scientifically.
Uh-huh.
The one I watched on lunch today, on lunch break, was 4 levels of chocolate chip cookies.
Was the first one like buying frozen
No,
like
no,
dough?
they all made the
Oh,
dough
okay.
themselves, right?
Uh-huh.
But she was like, yeah, cool. And then she just like, we were always taught, because we had to take baking classes too, which is awesome, right? But I'm not a pastry chef.
Yeah.
Was that baking is a science, cooking is an art. Because baking needs to be precise,
Yeah.
right? And then cooking, you're like, yeah, a pinch of salt to
Like,
taste, whatever.
however much,
right?
yeah.
So that's kind of how she was with her chocolate chip cookies. She's like, yeah, she's like, I need 2 cups of flour, but it wasn't like 2 cups,
Yeah.
right? And then the home cook was like 2 cups of flour, but he measured it like flattened
precisely,
it, like
uh-huh.
yeah. But then the pastry chef, she's like, we don't do it by volumetric. For example, I don't fill up a cup.
They like weigh it.
We weigh it. We use 11
yeah.
ounces of flour, like, and that's like
very precise.
yeah. But you can tell the difference. Like the amateur cook, the level 1, was like the cookies
like
came
a
out different
typical,
size, that kind
yeah.
of stuff. Because and the food scientist explained it's like because she wasn't very accurate. It's all about
Uh-huh.
precision.
Yeah.
Like the home cook like did a lot better. It's like but they because of what he added, like they came out more crispy than anything. The pastry chef, she like added like baking powder and baking soda so that they were more thicker cookie but
Uh-huh.
taller, like big.
Yeah.
And then the way that she did it, like she added a little bit of smoked sea salt on top because it brings out the flavor of the cookie more.
Yum. Oh my gosh, you make
The-
me want a cookie.
Oh, I'm gonna make some, by the way. I'm gonna take it Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Mitch's last day, so I'm gonna take
oh
some.
yeah.
Shout out to Mick. I don't know him, but shout out to Mick.
Mitch. his
Shout
name is
out Mitch.
Mitch.
Good guy.
But so her cookies are perfect. They're awesome. They're like ones that you'd buy like at a store.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. She's
Beautiful.
like, yeah. Like the amateur was like, yeah, I make these like once a holiday maybe.
Yeah.
And the second one's like, yeah, I make them like maybe once a month. And she's like, I make them every day at work.
Wow.
She's like, yeah.
What's your favorite type of cookie?
I like sugar cookies and macadamia nut.
Not a lot of people answer sugar cookie.
I like sugar cookies.
I
They're
like
good.
sugar
They're basic,
cookies.
but they're good.
Yeah, they're good. Like a little bit of lemon. They're so good.
So many things you can do.
I
Man,
think
food
mine
is amazing.
Oatmeal.
And patrons, you have about 5 minutes until closing.
Ooh,
Oh,
fancy.
man.
But no, it's cool. It's good. Food is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much you can do with it.
Yeah. There's so much food out there.
There's so much I haven't tried yet, Jaime.
Sure. And you're a chef, so
You're a chef.
You're a
Chef.
chef. Yeah. I'm sorry, I put too much emphasis on the C.
My favorite movie is Ratatouille.
Ratatouille, really?
I love that movie.
That's funny.
So much.
Oh,
So much
man.
that I made that Ratatouille dish, and it was wonderful.
Is ratatouille just a lot of zucchini and like
It's a lot
squash?
of veggies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Layered.
Mm,
It's cool. I used to think it was with real rats, but it's not. Vegetarian rats, actually.
vegetarian rats.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This was awesome.
It was cool, yeah.
We're gonna do
I've
some
never
more,
been on
so
a
we'll definitely hit
podcast.
you up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be on the next, or
The next
not
20.
the next one. The next 20.
There you go.
But that's
Co-host.
it.
I'm
Nothing
going to
after that.
co-host, yeah.
Co-host. That's what she's
At
gonna
that
do.
point. Okay, 19. 'cause
There
I don't
you
want her to
go.
be a co-host.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
just
whoa.
kidding.
All right.
But yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Jaime.